Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Whiteboard Wednesdays with Werner. And we've started talking about OCS, or Oxide Cloud Services, which is our public cloud offering, which is now in production and been running quite a while. We're seeing a good, steady uptake, and thank you so much for all the comments that you've posted or didn't post. We'll have a look and see around this. But what I wanted to do today was really just delve into some of the services. We're not trying to be everything to everyone. What we are trying to do, though, is to give organizations what they need to run sustainably on resilient infrastructure. So we really, as data sciences, our heritage and our pedigree is within storage. So everything that we do is built around how we store and look after your data. And the first service I then obviously have to speak about is our enterprise flash as a service, right? Flash storage as a service. And the platform is using Pure Storage for that. It underpins our infrastructure as a service offering, so traditional virtual machines. It also underpins our platform as a service offering. And we offer it in both tier 1 and tier 2 flash, right? So based on your requirements, we can actually scale and attribute the performance for those two different tiers. So we're offering two different flash tiers, and they are broken down by typically how many I/O requirements you might have. Now, very interestingly, is we also offer a bare metal as a service where we can rent you a server, a physical machine, which you're quite welcome to come and host then in our racks, or you can bring your own physical servers, right? And what we're able then to do is extend our Pure array to connect via iSCSI connections to those physical machines that are within your environment, which you're either renting or which you have brought, and you can inherit all the clever software components and storage functionality that Pure offers. And that's something that is quite different to many of the other local cloud providers within South Africa. We're able also to take this flash storage service and extend that with a physical flash array on-prem for you, right? So you could have your primary platforms and data obviously residing within your premises, replicating via Pure's replication service onto the OCS-hosted flash and actually be connected to, for instance, a DR environment that you are hosting with us. We can also extend through Cloud Block Store, which is a Pure offering, into one of the hyperscalers such as AWS and Azure. You can instantiate an instance of Pure within Azure and actually also then replicate and extend your data platform into a hyperscaler. And this gives you an architecture where you can have a true hybrid solution where you still have on-prem Pure infrastructure connected locally to a sovereign cloud in terms of what data sciences can offer through OCS, but also leverage for your estates that might be hosted in one of the hyperscalers. So for us, the core to our offering is our flash storage, which is based on Pure. On top of that, let's move away and just up the stack. We have our primary virtualization platform, which allows you to do the traditional Linux or Windows-based virtual machines. So if you've got a strong Microsoft investment in Windows, we would recommend that you run that on the traditional virtual machine architecture. We've got plenty of different SKUs. And what we are building into this is that you can actually adjust the SKU size just by adding a bit of memory before actually going up and doing a core count increase. So for instance, if you start off on a 4-core machine with 4 gigs of RAM, we can scale that up for you up to 12 gigs of RAM per 4 cores before we actually ask you to move on to extra cores. So this allows us to give you more memory for a smaller core footprint and thereby also reducing your license requirements for something like Microsoft SQL. All of the infrastructure that we build there, we can extend with VLAN, so we can bring in those virtual machines to speak to hosted physical boxes. Underpinning that with Pure allows us to do fast recovery snaps. You can enable snap technology on those environments, and really that's what gives us a unique advantage leveraging those Pure infrastructure platforms. Now, next to this, we obviously need to start catering for platform as a service, containerization. We have a very, very special, we leverage Virtuoso application platform as our platform as a service component. And this is an extremely flexible and easy to work with environment, really catering for DevOps and developer environments, next generation applications, and especially if you are moving towards using things like Kubernetes, Docker, and open source database technologies such as Postgres, Mongo, Redis, and those type of platforms, and Java are first-class citizens on our platform as a service environment. You are also free to come and register specifically for PaaS for a 14-day trial. We'll have the link posted within the comments for that. And that really has changed the way that we look at how we do containerization. Now, for those of you who've been with us for a longer time, we actually started with PaaS back in 2020. So we've been working with PaaS for quite a long time. We're one of the first PaaS offerings within South Africa, and we've had a long relationship with Virtuoso to enable this. So those are kind of the core services that we have. So it's the storage, flash storage as a service, and then we have our infrastructure as a service and our PaaS service. Now, around that, we need to augment it with certain other things, right? So S3, object store, backup target, NFS, also back into the storage layer is really, really key, right? Lots of applications are leveraging object store such as S3 for that. And we also have that as a tier 3 option in terms of backup targets. So we can multi-purpose our object store for backup environments, but we can also allow that to be used as a repository for typical objects as well. And that we actually built on top of our Hydra platform. Now, our Hydra platform is a true scale-out backup platform, and that comes in at a tier price of a tier 3 pricing. So it's our lowest tier when it comes to that. So don't expect any high performance from it. That's not what it's designed to do. That you will use your flash for. But when it comes to resiliency and as a backup target, it is one of the perfect solutions out there and largely adopted within our market in the enterprise. Next to that as well, we are able, as NVIDIA partners, to attach GPUs to virtual machines. So we currently have customers that are using GPU-enabled virtual machines, pairing that with their platform, next generation platform on our PaaS, and they are using all of our technologies to drive their AI environments. Particularly in this case, in image analysis, AI running across image recognition, and focusing on the security business for that. So we're really proud of that. We've been one of the first to be able to do that, and that is an option that we offer as well. So GPU as a service, we can actually consult with you on your needs for GPUs and really build a custom environment for you as well to filter that. So please speak to us if you have any interest in GPU as a service, and let's see what we can do to enable that. And then we also trialing and bringing out a end-to-end backup as a service, where we actually provide you with the licenses specifically for the virtual machine environment, so the infrastructure as a service. And in the next 2 months, we'll be able to roll that out of beta and into a full production environment. So keep an eye on that. Moment, you can still bring your own backup services if you want, or backup software. We can supply those, but what we really want to do is be able to offer that as a true multi-tenant service, and that's what we're working on. So just to kind of quickly recap, enterprise service backed by Pure, storage class services, infrastructure as a service, which is the typical virtual machines, PaaS, which is powered by Virtuoso application platform, our object store, S3 and NFS, SMB, tier 3 storage and backup targets, which is powered by NEC Hydra, and then our co-location. Now, our co-location is either in Terrico, Isando, or in Digital Parks Africa, which is hosted in Samrand. And we really have very good relationships with both those two, and we enjoy working with our data center providers. They're really what makes it work for us. So we have quite a few other offerings that we can use to augment and customize what you require. So, we're a consultative engagement, but these are the broad services that we offer right now, and we're always looking to extend those, and your suggestions would really be welcome. Thank you very much, and it's good to see all of you again.